There's something magical about crossing the threshold into your own space. For some of us, it's a garage. For others, it's a workshop, a shed, maybe even an old aircraft hangar. But whatever we call it, that space represents something more than just four walls and a roof. It's our sanctuary, a place where the noise of the world fades away, where time moves at our pace, and where we can focus entirely on what we love. The thing is, the importance of shed time means something different to everyone. For some, it's about the quiet meditation of restoration. For others, it's creative expression. And for many, it's simply about having a space that's entirely yours, where you answer to no one but yourself and the project in front of you. Here at Seven Spot, we've been collecting stories from our community about what their sheds mean to them. And if you love these kinds of stories, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any of the amazing automotive journeys we share here on the Seven Spot channel. Today, I want to introduce you to three incredible individuals from our community, each with their own unique relationship with their shed and the projects within it. First up is Chris from Newark in the UK. Now, Chris isn't new to the automotive world. His background is extraordinary. He's been a kit car manufacturer, an editor for Kit Car magazine, and owned a professional automotive shop. This is someone who's lived and breathed cars at every level. But here's what makes Chris's story special. In retirement, he's returned to his shed on his own terms. No client deadlines, no business pressures, just pure passion. And what he's chosen to tackle is remarkable. Chris is scratch building an Edwardian Roadster from the ground up. We're talking about recreating automotive history, one fabricated part at a time. Every bracket, every measurement, every decision is his alone. His shed is where a lifetime of professional mastery transforms into personal expression. Let's hear from Chris himself.
You know, all of my life, I've lived with what I call builder's attention deficit syndrome. I build something, I think about it, then before I've even finished, I'm already planning the next one. It's a loop I've never escaped from. Build, think, plan, repeat. That's the rhythm that's carried me through the years. Most of my working life I built professionally, for other people, for myself, but always with one eye on the finances. Could it be sold? Would it earn its keep? Even when the project was exciting, there was always that question hanging over me. Is this going to be viable? But now things are different. I'm retired. The pressure's gone and I've got time. Time and a shed that's become my sanctuary. Over the years, I've collected what some might call junk: engines, transmissions, suspension parts, steering columns, bits and pieces dragged home from scrapyards. To anyone else, it's clutter. To me, it's a treasure chest. Every part holds a possibility. This time, I don't have to build to please a customer. I don't have to worry about making a profit. What I build now is just for me, purely for the joy of it. And what I've set my sights on is an Edwardian Roadster. Those early cars had a kind of magic to them. They were raw, almost primitive. A long bonnet stretched out ahead, skinny tyres, brass fittings, no frills. They looked like they'd been hammered together in a hurry, yet they carried such adventure, such spirit. That's the feeling I want to recapture here. Not something polished, not something for the showroom floor, but something alive, mechanical and honest. And this workshop, my shed, this retreat is mine. It is where everything happens. It's where I can let that restless builder's mind wander, where I can build not for profit, not for approval, but simply for me. At this point in my life, the project has no strings attached, no deadlines, no buyers waiting, just freedom. The shed is my sanctuary, and this Edwardian dream, it is mine.
Our next story takes us to another corner of the UK, to meet Richard. Now, Richard's background might surprise you. He's a professional tattoo artist. You might be wondering, what does tattooing have to do with cars? Well, everything actually. Both disciplines require precision, artistic vision, and the understanding that every decision is permanent. Richard has taken that artistic eye and applied it to one of motorsport's most visually dramatic eras, Group B rally cars. He's not just building them for himself, though. Richard is creating an entire kit car line of Group B replicas. But here's where it gets really interesting. His shed, it's a World War II aircraft hangar, and he's transformed that massive historical space into his own artistic statement, painting it to suit his genre of cars. Imagine the echoes of history in those walls, now filled with the roar of rally car engines and the vision of someone who sees automotive design as art. Let's meet Richard.
I love my workshop. It's like a total escape. You know, you go in there and you shut the door and the rest of the world just disappears and it's just me and the cars. Yeah, it's an old canteen on a World War II Air Force base. So it's got a wooden floor and an arched roof. There's a garage door at both ends of the garage, so I can drive a car in one end and out the other. It's like a little production line. I've not got a proper spray booth or anything. It's just like a, redneck spray booth with tarpaulins and a little bit of extraction, but it does the job. And I'm able to come here and do my thing. It's like it's a creation station. And because we're on an airfield, I literally come out, go around a couple of corners, and I am on the airfield. I can hire the airfield and go and play cars on it. And yeah, love being here. Love the people here. It's a strange community of interesting people, and yeah, it's a great place and enjoy it. But I think it's a sort of therapy for us. It's a meditation. It's an escape, and it's an outlet. It's a lot of things. It's not just a workshop. I think that people that enjoy cars and being around cars, I think people who don't understand really. But yeah, that's our thing, innit? So yeah. Look after your workshop, love your workshop, love your creative space.
Finally, I want to introduce you to Billy from County Wexford, Ireland. Billy's story is one that many of us will recognise ourselves in. He describes his relationship with all things mechanical as an addiction that started in adolescence with bicycles. From there, it evolved into Volkswagens, then Rovers, and for the past 4.5 years, he's been deep in the restoration of a TMC Costin. 4.5 years. Think about that commitment. In a world of instant gratification, Billy's story is about sticking with it. It's about showing up day after day in his shed, even when progress seems invisible. It's about personal space, personal growth, and the kind of resilience that only comes from refusing to quit on something you believe in. His shed isn't just where he's restoring a car, it's where he's proving something to himself. Here's Billy.
Just a few words on my shed and why I come into it every night in the winter when you would be normally inside watching telly maybe. I have several different interests of cars, mainly was Volkswagens, restoring them, learning myself, teaching myself, watching different people do things over the years and not being afraid to have a go, from motorbike back then to Land Rovers, now Volkswagens. And my biggest project then was doing a TMC that was built here in Wexford in Ireland. Took 4.5 years to do, but loads of challenges. Got loads of advice from different people. And my car's finished and I'm still coming back and have another Volkswagen in it here now, starting to restore it for a friend. But it's good for your head. I've learnt over the years then that when something is not going right, you actually go inside, walk away. And it's amazing the amount of times it actually works that you come out the next day and it all just falls into place. Or you have a different idea about it. So you question yourself, all right, when things go wrong like that, but why do I do it? You do it for your sanity, I think. And your interest in trying to save that ultimate save or find that ultimate find in your shed or in a shed that you can bring back to life. So for me, I've been doing it since I moved out of home. It was bicycles when I lived at home. And then as soon as I got my shed here built, when we moved in 8 years ago, straight into a motorbike, straight into Land Rover, straight into another thing. It's good for your head. Wrecks it at times, but it is good for it. So yeah, if you're thinking about it, if you have self-doubt, now you can go on YouTube and somebody has a bit of information for you. So don't be afraid to try stuff. And a little bit of advice then goes a long, long way. So yeah, enjoy your shed, enjoy the time you do and having it, because we are all so busy, like. So it's good to get away. Okay.
3 different people, 3 different backgrounds, 3 different projects, but one common thread. The shed as a place of sanctuary where passion meets patience and where we become our truest selves. Chris, Richard and Billy are just a few of the incredible stories in our 7-Spot community. We know many of you watching have your own shed stories, your own sanctuary spaces, and your own projects that define who you are. We'd love to hear about them. Drop a comment below and tell us about your shed. What does your space mean to you? What are you working on? Share your story with the community. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the 7-Spot channel. We're building a community of people who understand that it's not just about the cars. It's about the journey, the space, and the person you become along the way. And now, let's take a look at more sheds from our community around the world.